Hey boys and girls, welcome back to Billy's Blades and Tools. Glad you could stop in. If you get a chance, if you would, subscribe, like, share, leave me a comment. Always appreciate comments. I'm always learning, so if you have anything interesting to tell me or let me know how I'm doing, just leave me a comment. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to be talking today about a project that I started. I found a box at a Goodwill that I thought that might make a nice knife display. Just a little small box, but I turned it into a knife display. So got a few knives in there that I'm going to be talking about. Some of my favorites out of my collection. They're not all cleaned up, but I still like them. And so I'll talk about each one of those individually and talk about how I made the little box into a display. So let me turn this camera around, show you what I've started out with, and then show you what I ended up with. So hang on for a second. Well, here's a project. I found this box at Goodwill. Wife and I went over to Springfield and to a barbecue joint, Rudy's Barbecue, and stopped at a donut place called Schuler's. But while we were over there, we stopped at a Goodwill. I found this box. Got a bottle opener on the side, hole in the top, got a plexiglass sliding window thing there. Picked it up for $2.99. I thought that might make a good project to make into some kind of a knife display. I'll be taking the bottle opener off and maybe I'll mount it somewhere here in the garage. But I thought it might make a good knife display. I'm not sure what I'll do with the hole in the top. Maybe put a light there or something. But that's it. So I'll do a little video on what I'm going to do to this. So there it is. All right. Well, here's the finished product. Nothing exotic. Just a box with some knives in there. But it's got a plexiglass front part here. It slides out. There's a little crack right here, but it's not affecting anything. So we'll set that aside. But I'll show you what I got here. I went ahead and left the bottle opener on the side. When I took it off, of course the wood's been stained, so it left a mark and I'd have to fill it and stain it. So I thought, you know what? I'll just leave the bottle opener on there. That way, if I feel like I want to pop a frosty one and sit back and look at my knives, I can still do that. So anyway, I left that on there. So let's push this back a little bit. You see that a little better. But what I did, I had some pieces of wood left over from a project that I made for the wife. It's a 1/8" poplar that I think I got at my local big box store. And I had different widths of it. So I had already stained it. As you can see, this is stained. And it had already been stained for a project for the wife that didn't work out. I had to make something else. But anyway, I had that laying around. I think these are about 3 inches long, or 3 inches wide. Let me get my tape measure here. And yeah, they're about 3 3/4 inches deep. And so what I did was I took some of the extra wood, I cut it to width, And then underneath here, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, I just took strips of the same wood, and I cut, I think it's about a 1/4 inch, somewhere around there, strips on my little bandsaw that I have. I cut them a little short. They're not as deep as the shelf. And I just glued them. I had a piece of wood, kind of like this. I cut it to, what was it? About 2.5 inches, something like that, and used it as a template. And I was able to slide this in. This must be the template that I used. Yeah, 2 inches. I just slid it in here, all the way in, put my strip in with glue on there, had a little clamp that I clamped it in place, then went to the other side, did the same thing. Let that dry, put a shelf in there. Next day, slid my template in here, put my little strips in there, clamped them, glued them, and that's what's holding these 2 shelves. The top shelf, I wanted to have it set back a little bit more light in, and so I set that back. I had another piece of wood that I cut probably 1.75 inches to set these little strips to support the shelf, and glued them in place. This piece here, I trimmed it from the same wood I made these out of, and so it would set back a little bit, and I can display one knife up there. And then I took some rare earth magnets, as you can see right here, attached them to a knife, let them stick to the knife, put a tiny bit of Gorilla Glue on there, and just set the knife in there where I wanted it to be, let it sit. So all the shelves have magnets on there to hold knives in place, and it works pretty good. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with the hole on the top yet. It's going to let in dust and whatnot. I'd like to find some, LED strips, battery operator or something to light, put some light on that whenever I wanted to, show them off. But it turned out pretty good. I think I spent $3 on the box. Already had all the wood, the glue, the magnets I had purchased a while back for making displays. This is the first display that I've got a chance to use it on. So that turned out pretty good. And so let me start with some of the knives that I've got in here. I'm going to start at the bottom here. This is my Victorinox. It's a deluxe tinker. I've got a pocket clip on there, and I put a little lanyard that I made out of some thin cord. And this is my Victorinox tinker. I've got different scales on here from a company called Innovix. They're making all kinds of different scales for the Victorinox knives. They got some new ones out with like mountain scenes on here. They've got different colors. This is what they call their topographical design here with a white cross on it. It comes with the slots for the toothpick, tweezers, and an ink pen. The ink pen that I haven't bought yet to put in here. So that's the first knife I put in there. It's my favorite Victorinox. And I've got this knife. It's an Imperial England. Got clamshell style scales on there. Got the little emblem there on the scale. There's the tang stamp. Got a clip blade. It's pretty sharp. I've had this for, I'm not even sure how many years. Oops, looked like one of my magnets let go. Have to re-glue that. But it's a fishing knife. It's got the scaler, the fish hook remover, cap lifter or bottle opener on there. But it doesn't have the traditional fish knife shape that most people are used to. It's got, you know, the fake stag looking plastic covers on here, but it's in real good shape, and I've had it for quite a few years. So it's got good snap, and it's got a little bit of rust on here. I've got to do some more cleaning on it. Next we have an electrician's knife. It's a Sabre Japan. The main blade was pretty rough. It had some big grind marks in there, and I had to take my 1x30 sander to get a lot of that out, but it turned out pretty good. It doesn't have any snap. Needs a good cleaning yet. I've cleaned up the wood scales, so that turned out pretty good. They were pretty grungy, but I haven't done anything internal on the knife yet. There's the screwdriver stripper part there of the knife. It also has, it's a liner lock for the screwdriver tip, and it's steel, not brass. Yeah, it's pretty stiff, but it does not have any snap. So we'll have to work on that. All right. Next, we have this Camillus. I believe it was a Stockman of some sort. It's got, I'm pretty sure that's plastic of some sort, jigged, made it look like jig bone. Don't really have a firm date, but it's the Long Line Camillus tang stamp. It's hard to read because these blades are in horrendous condition. When I got this, these blades were so rusted and pitted. It was, as you can see, there's not much left of the main blade. There's the nail clip there, and you can just barely make it out. It's right there at the tip of the blade, and that blade has been shortened by quite a bit. It's right there. It should be way out here. But I went ahead and sharpened it, and what I used, I have a blast cabinet with some very fine blast media, and I just blasted the crap out of it to clean all the pits. There's a 69 on the back of it. I think it was made between the 1960s and the 1970s. There's, I think, was the sheepfoot blade. Again, it was in very sad condition. Lots of pits. Sorry. But I sharpened it. It's usable. And I think this might have been a sheep's foot blade. Don't know. Again, a lot of blade is missing, but it's sharp and usable. But I can't part with this. It's just, the scales are just beautiful. Everything on the outside is just a good looking knife. There's the back springs, as you can see, really pitted. But the blast cabinet did a really good job of cleaning everything up on that. So that's one of my favorites too. Then we have a Barlow. It's a Colonial Providence USA. Nothing exotic on it. The blade is in good condition. Little patina on here. It's got good snap. The smaller pen blade. Got a patent number on there, and I think that was for the way the bolsters are attached. But blade's in good shape. Been sharpened a little bit. You know, a lot of patina on there, but it's in really good shape. The scales were really dirty before. Took me a while to get them cleaned up, but pretty nice little Barlow. And we're going to go to this one. I've had this for many years. It's a U.S. Marine Corps multi-tool, you know, whatever you want to call it. It used to have a bail, and from what I understand, this bail, it was a long bail, and this knife was probably made by Kingston, which was a division of Ulster. The bail had Kingston on it at some point. But I've had this knife for, I can't even tell you for sure, 25 years or more. But it's got some issues. The main blade is not really, I don't know how it got to be that shape, but that's the way I got it. It got broken, whatever, somehow. But I got an edge on everything here, so it's usable. But it's I don't know what kind of blade you would call that. But got that. Got the bottle opener. This thing needs a little cleaning up. I've had it for a long time, but it's one of my favorites that I'm never going to get rid of. The cap lifter, bottle opener, screwdriver. Right here, see that little hole? There used to be a stud on that for being able to open it easier. It's still got a thumbnail clip there that you can use, but that works really good. And then the punch blade, it was broke off, and so I just put kind of a chisel edge on it so you can use it for scraping or whatever. But yeah, it was broke off. I'm not going to do anything with it. It's you know, externally it's in really good shape, and from what all the research I was able to come up with, it was probably made between 1943 and 1947 by Kingston, which was a division of Ulster. So there's that one. I saved the best for last. I picked this knife up at a antique store. It was in the basement. Had a lot of stuff down there. Found this box with some knives in it and picked this one up. I'm like, wow, that's really a nice looking knife. It's got jig bone handles. Got a little chip out right there. Got a little badge there with nothing on it. But I opened it up, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see it well. I'll put a picture up, but it's a Cattaraugus Cutlery, Little Valley, New York. There's no model number on it anywhere. The blade it's a spear point. It's in excellent condition. Got a little swedge going on right here. Blade is fairly sharp. I've got to sharpen it. I haven't done anything with this knife. It's pretty dirty. It's got good snap, but what's different about it? It's got a punch blade, which is in excellent condition. Now again, this knife is very dirty. I have not cleaned it up at all. But I started doing some research on it. This side, the jig bone, it's got a little crack right here. But I did some research on this thing. It's a 2-blade, or it's actually a single blade with a punch blade on it. No number on the blade, no model number, which Cattaraugus did put model numbers on their knives at some point. And from what I can understand, they call this a harness jack knife, or a harness knife. And the history that I was able to find out and did some research, this knife was probably made roughly between 1900 and 1925. By the late 20s and 30s, a lot of the stamps, they dropped the Cutlery Co. There were 3-line versions of it. This is a 4-line version, and it's 3 3/4 inch long, closed, with a punch blade, jigged bone. And the best that I could come up with was this was made from 1910 to 1925, somewhere in that area, because there's no model number on it. And all the research I could find, that's what it tells me. So this is an old knife. And some of the other research I was able to come up with is it's a very sought after knife. And I paid $5 for it. I've seen other knives similar to this from the same era going for between $200 and $400. Wow. So I'm going to clean it up, but I'm not going to do any polishing. I'm just going to clean everything and leave the patina that's on there. You can see on the main blade, there's a little bit of grinding, some stuff going on here. So somebody's been at it a little bit. Nothing on this side, but this side here, hit it with a file or something. I'm not going to mess with any of that. I may put an edge on it. It's got a little bit of an edge, but nothing. Won't shave anything. Probably won't cut paper. Well, here, let's see. I got some paper. Let's see if it'll do anything. And it basically just tears paper. So I will do a very good cleaning on it. No polishing, no sandpaper, nothing like that. Just a very good cleaning. And I'm going to leave the patina on the blades. Get the bolsters clean, the scales clean. I'm not going to do anything with this. I don't want to, sorry, out of focus there. Sorry, neighborhood motorcycle going by. Anyway, there's a little chip here in the bone. I'm not going to experiment with doing that. I've never done anything like that, so I'm going to let it go. But those are the knives that I have got displayed right now in my little cabinet. I think it turned out really well. Put this back in there. There we go. Let's put this one in first. The Victorinox knife doesn't sit real flat in there because of the extra tools on the bottom. So, but the magnets do hold it fairly well in there. So that's my little display for right now. Put the plexiglass back in place. A little bit of reflection there, but anyway, that's my little display case. A little bit of history on the knives that are in there. So if you have any input on any of these knives, I'd appreciate it. I'm not an expert on this. I always have to do all my research online. I have discovered that the AI website, ChatGPT, has been able to come up with a lot of information for me, especially on that Cattaraugus. I tried doing, just searching online through the regular internet, Google and that, but that Chat GPT, it's an AI service of some sort. It's given me a lot of information on a lot of different things, and it really helped me find out information on that Cattaraugus. It also gave me a little info on the Imperial fishing knife. Was made in England, and that helped date that knife. But anyway, I guess AI can be used for good. You just have to be careful out there. So anyway, I appreciate everybody stopping in and visiting my YouTube page. Again, if you get a chance, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about some of these knives in my little showcase. But I'm always on the lookout for little things like that I can turn into something else. So this worked out pretty good for me. I was able to use just about everything I already had here. Didn't cost me anything other than $3 for the box. So anyway, I appreciate you stopping in. I hope everybody has a good week. Be blessed, be good, and take care.